Hello, my name is Lucas Seeger, and this is the capstone project for my Keap Certified Consultant certification. I have been working on this for the last week or so, and as the end of it, the capstone is creating two Keap campaigns, which I'm going to walk you through right now. Uh, now, for those of you who don't know me, I am a giant nerd. So I decided that for my capstone project, my campaigns would be selling a Dungeons and Dragons workshop. So we're going to start out here. It starts off with the landing page, and we'll just go into edit, and you'll see it's very D&D themed and everything. But basically, all that we're collecting is first name, last name, and the email. It's got dates and prices and everything. Custom made logo that I made myself. And of course, I'm the one running the workshop, etc., etc. Then we hit continue, and it's got a thank you page in there too. I don't know why it always takes so long for that. Anyway, uh, you'll note that I have the link pasted there just for convenience. It makes it a little bit easier. But once they're registered, because this isn't actually connected to the shop, this is more of a test to see if this workshop can make money. I actually have it set up so that a human being has to create an e-transfer and accept it. So first it's going to assign an owner, then send a thank you email to the person who has purchased the workshop. Then it's going to create a task for them to create a task for the owner to charge them. And then if it takes too long, the owner's going to get an email saying, hey, you might want to check up on this person, what's going on. The task outcomes for that are either yes, the payment went through, the client was charged, or the client withdrew their payment or decided not to attend the workshop. So then we're going to go through this one first because it's simpler. I have this one here. It removes any and all tags that could have possibly been applied during the workshop, and then it applies this tag, which is the withdrew from the D&D workshop, and that pulls it out of the campaign. It's set up in such a way that then that client can get put into another campaign to potentially nurture them back into a more satisfied mindset. If the client does go through, then it goes to this workshop hype train, and I have these emails set up and they're ready so that you can, once you actually build the emails, then you can just start applying those in, and it'll apply to any future clients. However, the only one that you really need is the one before, because that's the one that's going to give them the link to the actual workshop online itself. And because it's a Dungeons and Dragons workshop, it would be run in Roll20, so it gives the link to be a part of that campaign in there. And this applies the tag payment confirmed just so that we know that they are attending the workshop. And then here it removes payment confirmed and applies the final they attended the workshop, which is more of a historical tag to help keep track of what the client has done, and that pulls them out of the campaign. It's a pretty straightforward campaign. It's pretty simple, and I like it. I think it's pretty good. The other campaign that I wanted to show you, as soon as I just republish it because I didn't make any changes to the other thing. There you go. The other one here is a quarterly newsletter. So as soon as the tag is applied, they get pulled into the workshop. This is the tag that just says, this is a client who's interested in receiving the newsletter. And then it goes to here. And it has these delay timers that says run on the 1st of January anytime. And then it has a newsletter. This is just a standard email saying Fantasy Keep Dungeons, again, with the same thing. These are all public domain photos, by the way. Uh, so, and it's this month is talking about dragons and how to run those sort of things, right? This is just a hypothetical. But one of the nice things about the way that this campaign is set up, once that gets delivered, then it applies the tag that just says it was delivered, success, well done, very good. Um, One of the nice things about this campaign, though, is that you want to update the emails every time, but if you forget or if you fall behind or whatever, then in a year's time, they're going to get the same email again. And that's better that they get the same email again maybe once or twice than they don't get any emails at all for years at a time or however long, because then they still have that little reminder in their inbox and it's still valuable. And since it's a year apart, they're likely to have forgotten the first email by then. But this applies the newsletter has been emailed tag, which moves them forward into the next sequence. Oh, and scrolling up a little bit, you notice this also removes the newsletter sign up tag immediately, right away, so that can be added in again later in this, because this is just the reset. So this removes the newsletter delivered tag that was applied in the previous sequence and moved it forward. And then this one adds the newsletter sign up tag again. So then once that newsletter sign up tag gets added, they get pulled out here and added in at the same time. So that means that they just they finish and start with the same action. And then once they get in here, if they just got the January one, well, suddenly it's not January 1st anymore. So then they're going to get the April 1st email and go from there. So it's a little complicated, but I think the value in this campaign really is how much it simplifies things for the owner of the campaign. It itself is not super simple, but it makes life simpler, and that's really the most important part. Anyway, this has been Lucas Seeger. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you might have found it helpful, and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.